Okay, so I had an edited video I do want to post. It's going to be like a year in review. Actually, I want to get the bathroom warmer because I don't run my heater. I've been trying to do this thing called heat acclimation, where I'm trying to get my body attuned to the winter heat. But I hate winter. I hate winter. I just don't like winter. I don't like anything about the winter. I'm not a winter fan. I hate wearing all the winter clothes. I love the California summer. I love when it's 100 degrees outside. It's just always been my thing. Yeah, I grew up in the mountains, but I haven't lived in the mountains since, I don't know, I was 25 or something. So, yeah, I would say 26. I'm over it, like now at this point in my life, I just want to be warm and toasty. I don't want to be cold. That's not something I enjoy personally. Some people really, really love cold weather. I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, if I'm honest, like I've never liked cold weather. I just never liked it. It's never been my grape jelly jam. I always want it to be hot outside. I love it when it's hot outside. When everybody else is like, ugh, it's hot outside and they're running in the air conditioning building. I'm like the person that needs to go in the heat to warm up. And people are like, oh, but it's so hot. And I'm like just outside, just loving the heat, loving to walk in the heat. And yeah, that's just how I feel about cold weather. I'm not a fan, which is so ironic that I'm trying to acclimate myself to, because I just don't want a high energy bill. Like, I guess that's hypocritical though, because I just ran the heated water for a few minutes in here. But I do find like taking a warm shower and keeping the bathroom warm is actually cheaper than like if I were running the heater all the time. I just am like, ugh. But I think I might have to turn on the heater. I just dread that it's gonna smell bad. I just dread it. I'm like, ooh. I just know it's gonna smell bad because I have this little space heater. Well, it's not like central heating because it's a smaller unit. So it's like one of those, like there's literally a hole in the wall where they just put it in, and they had to replace it one time even after the first one because the first one kind of it went capoodle, and then they brought the new one in, and yeah. I mean, and I remember one time they did the yearly maintenance inspection, and they came with these big, like, heater filters, like, for a big heater. And I'm like, what is that? They go, this is for your heater. I said, oh, you didn't see that that's the heater and the air conditioner? They're like, really? So actually, the air conditioner can be pretty good and whatnot. It's not bad at all, but I just hate having to run it because it's just so, I just hate running those things. Like, I don't mind doing laundry. I love to do laundry. I have this obsession with laundry. I'm like, let's stay on top of laundry. And like right now, I'm like, we need to conquer the laundry. And I love to wash my laundry, keep it down. Like, really, I'm really obsessed with that. Like, laundry is my grape jelly jam. And I'm really good at doing laundry too. Even though, like, I don't know. I'm too good at doing laundry, you see? This is the truth. I'm just too good at it. But that's a lot of randomness. A lot of randomness. So I have my detangling spray. And I have a little bit of olive oil that I might dip in parts of my hair. So I had it left over. I filmed a video. See, I have all these videos that I have filmed, and then I'm not really editing them anymore just because I want to keep my house clean. And I have to do all this house cleaning and whatnot, and it's just like it's hard to get to everything these days. But I really do want to get to these things. I don't want to forget about things I filmed and whatnot. I hope I can get to them all. So when I woke up this morning, it was cold outside. I mean, people probably don't think like I think there's this mythology that it never gets cold in Southern California. But it was 28 degrees. And okay, I'm sure that like other parts of the country where it gets truly cold, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna be like, but Julia, 28 degrees is no biggie. Except I walked in it, walking home, like drops down to 34. And in the morning, I started walking, and it was 34 degrees. It was 32 sometimes, and I don't like to wear a lot of heavy things in the winter because I'm trying to do this acclimating myself to the cold weather. It's just not working, man. I hate the cold weather. I just don't like winter, and I'm not going to pretend to like it anymore. I don't like it. And that's just my honest opinion. And I know everybody hates the California heat waves, but I'm like, bring them on, man. I could never live somewhere cold. This is what I know about myself. I have to be in a place where it's hot and there's palm trees. That's just that. And actually, I love being in California because I want to be near my sister. I'll never leave California. I've decided that. Like, I've thought about that. And I just love California. I mean, yeah. Plus, if you've lived in California all your life, you're like a Californian. Like, you could never really, like, some people I know, they're like, you could live somewhere else. No, you can't. Like, when you're in California, like, there's just certain things that you like about where you live, and a lot of people want to live different places, but I don't know. I just always love California, but a lot of people move out here too. It's an interesting dynamic, right? So I had like these little tahini salads that I had left over my fridge. I'm like, it's so cold outside. Salad just doesn't sound very good today. So I heated up the salad, like it was the cucumber, tomato, tahini salad in the microwave, and then I put the rice because I had made this big batch of rice, and I put the rice on top, and it was like a little tahini rice bowl. It was really good. And then I had another one later that I just added a little bit of tahini, a little bit of tomato sauce. And that was really good too. But I'm thinking after this batch of rice, I'm not going to make rice for a while because I do feel like a rice ball. So I'm going to do more vegetables next time around. Like, I don't know, any kind of cruciferous vegetable maybe. And that's my thought on that. So when I woke up this morning, my hair was like it got tangled because I put it in a ponytail. I never did that before. Well, I have an a theory about what happened. So since I don't want to turn on my heater, I've been getting under the blankets, and I'm like, let's stay under the lots and lots of blankets. And it does feel warm under the blankets, but then some of the cold air from like this big window in my unit, it's hitting my hair, and sometimes I wake up in the morning and my hair actually looks pretty. Like, it was really curly. I'm like, that's interesting. Wow. Like, my hair looked like I had curled it, but it was kind of fun. But I didn't brush out my hair this morning. I just detangled it. But I really love to brush my hair because I just feel like I want some more olive oil for my hair right now. Like, usually I was putting a lot of water in my hair earlier in the week, but I feel like there's a lot of moisture in my hair right now. For detangling. Anyhow, those are all my theories on hair and whatnot. Oh, intuition. So I've just decided in my life I don't talk about things specific, like this this is just my feeling. I think you can be on social media without having to be super specific about what you're talking about, because I don't know. I don't see the need for that. Even if I used to talk about things in the past, I was never like super specific because I just talked about my own experiences as they pertain to me. But this is where I talk about intuition, okay? And this is who I am. I'm an introverted person. I I think there's a lot of people in this culture, they love to have like these, like, they love to talk things out and have like kind of this confrontation, or like this, like, having to be real blunt with somebody, or not even blunt, like being just semi, like, oh, like they have to have this talking out about things, and like, but honestly, like right now for me, like I don't feel like that's, I just am not into that. Like I will talk to some people that I feel close to, but I don't feel like if I just met somebody, I don't feel like I have to tell them like every single thing. Like if I feel a certain way, I just don't feel the need to do that. And some people are like, but you should like tell them things. And I'm like, no, why? I don't want to, so I choose not to. But without going too deep into like, I don't want to be like specific about what I mean is, I just feel like if your intuition tells you something, go with it. Like to me, right now my intuition's telling me to just be more insular. And I'm really liking that. Like I'm still friendly with a few people and I'm still kind to people in general, but I have this real insular feeling right now that I just don't feel like I really want to, I don't know, like some people I know, they're like, you should get out there and you should socialize. And I don't really have a deep desire to do those kind of things. Like I want to be at home. Like I like working on my YouTube channel when I have free time. I like cleaning my house. I like doing those little homebody things, and that is my intuition's telling me I don't really want to be going out and doing lots of social things. Like that's just my intuitive feeling about things. It's also maybe because it's cold outside. Like it doesn't really make me excited to like go out and do things. And I've never been that kind of person anyway. So like I just want to stay home, and I don't feel the inclination to explain myself to other people as to why I do that. Like I just don't. Like I'm just like, you know what? I want to stay home. Like if I have a day off, I want to clean my house and I want to get on top of things that I can't do during the week that I feel like. That's my feeling right now. And during the week I'll walk enough to get my exercise, and I go out and I do enough things, but I love being at home. I think it's cool to be a homebody. Like I miss those kind of things. Like I like doing my little cooking videos, and you know what? I'm gonna go see my sister at Christmas. That I'm gonna do. But beyond that, I just don't feel any inclination to be like super social. Like I don't know. It's just, and I don't think I'm missing out on anything. Like I just don't feel like, I don't feel it. Like I don't want it, and I don't need it. And I think some people just really need that, but I don't. Like I really don't need it. And I guess like I don't miss the pandemic, but I guess I kind of missed when people were being encouraged not to like go out and socialize, because now I feel like there's kind of this vibe going again, like, oh, you should want to get out and meet new people and do things with new people. But what if you just don't feel the inclination? And you get an invitation, you don't have to explain why that you don't want to go. Maybe you just don't want to go and you don't say anything. And to me, I don't think that's rude. I think it's just, you know what? I don't have to explain myself. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that. you know, what am I doing this weekend? I'm sitting at home, cleaning my house, and I want to try and paint later, and I'm doing laundry. I don't care if that's boring to some people. That's what I want to do with my time. Maybe 3 months from now, I'll want to go. I still do want to go hiking more again. Honestly, I just love my whole body time. I really, really do. It's fun. Yeah, it is fun. And it's what I want to do. So I feel like if you are the kind of person where you just kind of want to be at home sometimes, and you don't, I'm gonna put some olive oil on my forehead because I just feel like sometimes I like olive oil on my face too. It just makes my face feel really good. I mean, I will go out and do things with work too. Like, eventually, when my sister has more time off, we'll go on shopping trips. And I love to do things with my sister. You know, that's been my thing. And I like to do my live streams with Aya. But in general, like, I'm just feeling very like, I love being at home. I can't wait to get home. I want to go home and be at home. That's what I feel right now. I mean, does anybody else feel that way in the wintertime? I don't know. I know I do. Wow, see, this gets my hair kind of straight. I mean, I'm never gonna have like completely straight hair, but because I heated up the bathroom a little bit, and because this paddle brush, it's never gonna like completely straighten your hair. Like if you have wavy hair, you have wavy hair, but it was real kind of curly in places this morning, and this does give a. It doesn't make it straight, but it gives it a straightening like effect. If that makes any sense, which I kind of do like. You don't want to put a little bit. Oh no, the brush fell down. Okay, I need to get a few washcloths split so I can rinse it out. Be right back. So if I ever drop something, I just kind of nice hot water. Okay, so people are talking about things that they clean their house with. Okay, so I have some Clorox spray for my bathroom, but in general, I do clean my house with vinegar, water, and just soap and water and some baking soda. And I do gravitate more to the natural cleaning side, and I ended up cleaning my oven very beautifully the other day with water, baking soda, and soap. Yeah, you don't need like really harsh chemicals to clean your house. I know some people are like, but if you don't buy harsh chemicals, how are you going to clean your house? Or they want to buy like I don't know, like they will buy like I guess like I wouldn't mind. Like I used to buy Method at Target. I used to buy like that more natural cleaning brand. But in general, I just like my vinegar and water that I use for cleaning my house, and that's just how I love to clean my house. Like I even in the depth of COVID, I never cleaned my house with like Clorox wipes in general and Microban. I didn't have any of that in my house, and I didn't get sick or anything. I kept cleaning my house the way I always did. I'm not gonna start using like real strong cleaners just because, I don't know. So that's just my opinion on cleaners. So I love to clean, and soap and water. Soap and water and like scouring pad, I think that's really good. More just like natural cleaners. Like I don't see, because people were talking about this. I saw this TikTok video was how to start a cleaning business. I don't know why, because I like to clean things, and I guess since TikTok kind of monitors you, it knows what I like or things I've experienced. Like it knew the other day that I used to read Sweet Valley Twins, and it also knew that I had once been a teacher and didn't like it because it was it was giving me videos of people who left teaching and people who read Sweet Valley Twins. You know, if you were an elementary school kid in the late 80s and early 90s, yeah, I think those are kind of things you would have remembered. If you know what I mean, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Like, 89 was all about being 10 and Bush inauguration and all that jazz, right? I don't know. This is like so random, but I don't know. I just think about things like that. And I think about, like, But I digress. This is all over the place. I don't know. I just feel like stream of consciousness, whatnot. Anyhow, there was this video on the TikToks talking about how this lady started a cleaning business and she will not let her clients buy the cleaner and she brings it with her. And she had some extreme example because this one lady had air freshener in her house and wanted her to clean her house with it, or just wants people to, or some people only want to clean with water. Like, honestly, I never did that. I knew this one lady though, like she was kind of like that. She only cleaned her bathroom with water, which I thought, I do use vinegar and soap though, because I will use soap and I will use vinegar. I won't just use water. I don't know. So I've met people who just use water, but I will use like vinegar or soap and water a little bit more. But I don't think you need some like caustic smelling cleaner to get your house clean. Like just clean your flip flop house, man. You know. Anyhow, she was just talking about how she insists on bringing cleaners. It was just kind of a funny random video. I'm like, yeah, I do like to clean, but I don't know how TikTok knows that. Well, I think they know that because they snoop on you. Anyhow, yeah, this brush is really good. Like, it really does kind of get your hair nice and. I mean, like I said, my hair will never be truly straight, but it gives me kind of the effect. Like, I don't ever want to flat iron my hair personally, but I feel like a paddle brush is just really cool because it kind of gives you that effect a little bit. So I'm putting some more olive oil just in my temples because I don't know. I'm gonna anoint my head with olive oil. Okay, don't be annoyed. It just feels very like natural to me, like olive oil, like when I cook with it or eat it, things in it, or just use it. Like I haven't put olive oil in my hair a lot of times, but the few times I did it, I'm like, it feels really, really good. I was using the Minoy oil for a while, but recently, like they went back to their natural formula because they had sesame seed oil in it, and I'd have to go heat it up because it's all solidified at room temperature and below because it's cold in here. I'd have to stick it in hot water. And I had this other one that was the mixture of sesame and coconut oil, which I really love because it has that gardenia smell. And that's the oil I always used to use on my hair, but recently I'm just switching it up. And I was remembering how I loved this Aussie detangling spray. I think most people just use it after they wash their hair, but I use it like all the time. Actually, I thought a lot of the reviews did say people with like wavy or curly hair use it for detangling. So I just find like putting some oil in my hair, putting some water in my hair, rinsing out the brush. I don't know, it just helps me get through the tangles a bit, if that makes any sense. I almost want to review like a child detangling spray, like the Swab one or something. And I know those things are they're very fragrance heavy though. But I haven't used one in quite a few years. I did start using one again like a few years back just for the nostalgia purposes. And also because at that time I was being really cheap, and instead of buying a good hairbrush, I was like, oh, let's save money and buy brushes at Dollar Tree. And I'm like, no, I would never do that again. This was like in 2010 or something. Like, I don't know why I did that. It was just funny. I thought I was saving money, but you're really not. The Dollar Tree is fun to shop at, but just buy the product that you want. And these days, I'm like, you know what? This brush is $9, but it's worth every penny, and I love it. Like, I have other brushes that I spend more money on, but I just love the wet brush. I lost my other wet brush, though. It's very tragic. I don't know where he went. He just disappeared one day before I went to Disneyland, and I never lose anything anymore. I haven't lost something in years. Maybe I left it in my sister's car. I don't know. I'll have to ask her. But I just thought, it's a wet brush. And he's probably been, just cruising around town in the bottom of the car. I don't know. I lost him at the hotel. I lost it. Maybe I lost it in the hotel. I just have not seen him. I don't know where he went. It's a very sad day. Not really. I have this one. I have this one. You know, it's not a sad day. Now I'm at the stage where I don't know why I do this, but this is just what I've been doing. And I will wash my hair tomorrow, I've decided. Because I've been washing my hair once a week, but what I want to do is not do it at night. I want to do it earlier in the morning tomorrow. So I have like the morning to let it like air dry and whatnot. That's going to be my plan instead. I'm going to like really try and do it in the morning time so I'm not doing it like at 10 o'clock at night or something. Although I get my hair wet in the shower constantly. Like whenever I take a shower, water is hitting my hair. Like, well, it's up in clips so it doesn't get like completely wet, but it gets wet enough. Plus, I always like wet down my hair and I brush out my hair. I don't know. So even if I do put oil in my hair, I feel like some of it gets rinsed out as I shower throughout the week. But this really feels like it's getting my hair like straighter than usual. Like there's still a bend and a wave to it, of course. But if you ever want your hair like a little bit straighter without flat ironing, like just more naturally straight, not like I feel like the flat iron is just it's a little bit too. I don't know. Although, years ago I threw away the curly iron I had, and I had like a hot air brush because I don't know, I just felt like they might damage my hair. I kind of wish I would have kept them, and I really don't want to use that stuff on my hair. Although I thought recently about getting a new one, just because I thought, well, maybe the technology's better. And I do have a blow dryer, but we barely use it, and it's still in the box in my closet. And I think my sister used it once in a while, but it's like brand new. But it's from 2014, and it doesn't even have a diffuser on it. That's how old it is. I'm just like, it's so old. So I thought about recently, like maybe experimenting with it, but I don't really want to put heat on my hair. I just don't. I don't like heat on my hair. I just don't like it. I don't like it. So I don't want to do it. So I'm just opting, like, if I kind of want my hair a little bit more straight, it's never going to be super straight because it's wavy, but I just feel like the paddle brush does it just kind of smooths out the waves a bit. But you could go in water and then come right back. Or you could, like, not have your heat on, sleep in a cold house next to a window. And probably, like, people are like, oh my god, aren't you going to get sick because it's cold? And you're walking in the cold, and you're not, and I wear some layers, but not a ton of layers. I don't know. Did I get sick? I didn't get sick. It's cold. Does it really make you sick? I don't know. It could. It might. I mean, I do wear gloves on my hand. Well, I have a funny trick about what I do sometimes. So the funny trick that I do sometimes is I'm like, well, I can't always find my gloves, and I probably need to buy some new gloves, but I have socks, and I just when I'm walking around, I'm like, just put socks on my hands because I'm like, nobody's gonna see me, and even if they do, I don't really care if they see me with socks on my hands, and they're warm, fuzzy socks, and they feel warmer than the gloves ever did, and I don't know, that really warms me up. And then if you're walking early in the morning, another way to get really warmed up is you keep running, walking, and oh no, you walk by a donut shop. You really shouldn't get a donut on a Saturday morning, but hi, donut shop. Do you have a bear claw? Oh, I know I shouldn't get it. I really shouldn't eat it. But I'm like, it's like 30 degrees outside, and I've been walking for like 2.5 miles, and there you are with a shiny sign saying 24-hour donuts. And it's like this. I can't help but buy you anything orange juice, you know? I mean, I don't constantly buy donuts, but sometimes I'm like, oh, Orange juice and a donut it is on a Saturday morning. If it's cold outside, and something about that just warms you up. Like it just makes you so. It makes you feel so warm inside. I think it's just because you're like, oh, yeah, donut. But I mean, when it gets warmer, I'd probably take a smoothie with me when I'm walking. It's just something about like there's certain things when it's cold outside that if you kind of indulge in them, they just make you feel warmer on the inside. Even if it's not like a scientific, like proven way to warm up, it's just something like that makes you feel like cozy. I don't know. It just does. And it kind of makes me nostalgic for the apple fritter story. So, you know, I do try to dial back how much I eat, but I've always had a good appetite. And I think a lot of like Middle Eastern people do. I mean, I don't know. I think having Middle Eastern roots, there's just something about having a good appetite. So one time, my mom bought some apple fritters, and she was going to take my dad an apple fritter when he was at his electrical site, because he was an electrician at the time. And yeah, I was like 8 years old, and she took my sisters into the preschool class, and there was this big apple fritter. Well, I don't think it was that big, but she just thought it was ginormous. And I saw the apple fritter, and I ate it, and she goes, "Oh my God, Julia, how did you eat the apple fritter?" And I never was like an overweight kid or anything. I never was, but like occasionally I would eat like I would eat an apple fritter here and there, or if she would make like a big thing, I'd eat a couple of them. She'd be like, "You should just eat this tiny little one," because my mom has like the smallest appetite on the planet, and she eats like the smallest portion of things. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? You just don't have Middle Eastern roots, man. Because Middle Eastern people, we like a feast. And my dad always says that too. He's like, "Ooh, it's a feast," and I'm like, you know what? That's where my appetite comes from. I mean, other people, and I know like people of European descent have an appetite too, but and I try to dial it back, but I'm just like sometimes I get nostalgia for an apple fritter or something, or a bear claw. I'm not sure completely got my hair straight in the back like I'm look at that, it completely straight. Mm. Oh my god, I feel like if it ever tingles, I'll go with that. Mhm. I never want tingle wingles. I just stop every few seconds to clean out my brush as I go. You know, just keep it nice and clean. Say no, say no, say no, say no, say no, say no. Usually, the reason I like to put a scrunchie at the top when I do braids is because I just feel like it gets it tighter, and I kind of like that more. That's the one thing that's wonderful about having super long hair, and that I'm still not used to, even though it's been since. I mean, I had super long hair back in. I'm trying to think of the date. Like back in August of 2021, and then come like February, the end of February of this year, I had cut my hair like shoulder length, but I've still never completely become used to not having super long hair. Like I just never, because I had super long hair for years, and you just like you get used to that, and I think that's my preference. Like I just like super long hair, and even before that, like I was kind of looking through some of my old Facebook posts even before that, like in my profile picture, I didn't have hair that was as long, but I always had like from like 20, I would say from like 2011 onward, my hair would get up to here, maybe about shoulder length. I would cut it back and then to mid back length. But by 2013, I was starting to grow my hair long again. Although in 2014, I did cut it, I think, from here to here. I used to do a lot more trims back then. I just was like trim happy. So my thoughts on trimming are I don't love it. Like I'm not into it. I'm not like obsessed with trimming all the time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna redo this side for sure because this side is too loose. Couldn't really see because I wasn't wearing my glasses. I'm like as blind as a bat without my glasses. This side's more how I like it. How's it 9:29 already? Boy, what have I been doing today, buddy? Say no, say no, say no, say no. I think it looks a little too loose on the side. I don't like it when it's loose like that. That's definitely why I use the scrunchies for it because it just feels like, yeah, that side is way too loosey. I don't prefer it. But since it's near late night, I'll probably just leave it like this. But boy, are my glasses coated in olive oil. Yeah, it's too loose. I'd have to redo it like several times. But anyway, maybe I'll just leave it like this for now. Put some more olive oil on my face, like just to kind of open it through. I'm feeling very Middle Eastern tonight with this olive oil stuff. Like, just like an 11 chain Jollibee. Yeah, I don't know. This it looks good for your skin though. 'Cause I feel like when I put the olive oil on my skin, like I feel like this rosiness comes out. It just looks very vibrant. I really like it. And it was fun putting some of it in my hair, and I think, yeah, I kind of since I am. It is a little bit of a heavier oil, but so is coconut. So is coconut. So yeah, I just like putting a little bit in this little dish that I've used for years, and you just kind of rub it around in your hands, and it feels nice. Anyway, thanks for watching.